Good morning everyone and welcome back to another episode of CJ Explores. This morning we are in Cape Hillsborough. We stayed at the tourist park here last night and this morning we had a very special experience with the kangaroos and the wallabies on the beach.
So the experience is pretty nice. It is more like a photo opportunity. There's kind of like a barrier for the kangaroos or the wallabies and it's got some little feed down. So you're not going to get this wild experience I think some people think of, but it is the way that they can protect the animals. They don't want people patting them or feeding them other types of human food. So you have to bear in mind that. However, I think to make it the best experience, you need the wallabies on the beach plus the sunrise. We kind of had some cloudy horizon, so it kind of covered those red clouds that are behind where the sun was coming up. But we're here tomorrow as well, so we're going to come back tomorrow morning just to see if we can get some better photos. But it is pretty nice, as you can see, when that sun does come up, it is beautiful here. We just missed it this morning with those pesky clouds.
So yes, last night we stayed here at Cape Hillsborough and this was our little setup. We're in quite a shady part of the holiday park. There is a part which is for camper vans up top, but this area is unpowered sites and then some powered sites down here next to the kitchen and toilet block. Pretty nice and quiet here at the moment though, and we are just about to go for a little walk along the beach and do one of the 4 recommended walks. So let's go.
So believe it or not, watching kangaroos eat at sunrise isn't the only thing you can do in Cape Hillsborough. This is also a national park. You can spend the day here at this amazing beach. There's some rock pools over there and there's plenty of walks that you can do with some amazing lookouts, and that's what we're going to do this morning.
We are going to do the Beachcomber Cove walk now, which is on the northern end of the beach, and we're just going to go up to a lookout point and then we descend down the hill, which is like ancient volcanic rock, down onto Beachcomber Cove. And apparently in the wintertime you can see lots of butterflies here. We've already seen a few down on the beach. Very beautiful, but we'll see if we see some more up on the hill.
Pretty view down there, and there's all the mangroves and the guide this morning at the kangaroo feeding, so maybe that's where the crocs are. Yes, I think we're all downhill now, down to the cove. We've made it down to the boardwalk and we can see the ocean, so we're very near. Let's go. Wide open little cove. We're at, well, it's coming towards low tide, so we have a lot of the beach free, but this is so nice. No one else is here. You could just bring a picnic and your snacks and you can spend the whole day just here at this private little cove. You have all these hoop pines along the coast here at Cape Hillsborough, and it kind of reminds me of like the Pacific Northwest kind of scenes where you got the beach and then these beautiful pine trees next to it. I've not been to the Pacific Northwest, but it does look like that in photos and videos. And it's an area I'd really love to go to, so it's kind of giving me those vibes. But I'm guessing it gets pretty warmer here than it does the Pacific Northwest. I think that we will be able to make it over the beach. I think that the tide is going out. There's low tide around 1 p.m-ish. So let's risk it for a biscuit.
We've just stopped for a quick snack back at the campsite and now we are heading back out to the beach. We have a very strong westerly wind coming in, so it's coming straight off the sea, and it's pretty strong, but we're hoping that when we get to the island, which is where we're heading now, which is passable at low tide, we're coming up to low tide now, so we're hoping that when we get there we'll be a little bit more sheltered from the wind, but we've just stopped because we've seen some cool crabs just scuttling along the beach, these blue-backed crabs.
We made it to the island. We got blown over here, but the island has sheltered us. There's no more wind, but it's very hot. Yeah, so it's really cool. You can only get here at low tide. You can see here all these rocks kind of open up so you can walk across it. We are actively looking, well, we're looking and hoping not to find a crocodile, but all the rocks look like crocodiles at the moment. But many people, there's a few people walking this path, so it seems pretty safe right now. But yeah, it's a very cool little place. We didn't really know much about Cape Hillsborough until our visit. We just thought that's where you see the kangaroos, but it's nice that there's actually a few more things to do. And this island visit is one of the highlights.
So we've made it to the end of the island, and it's such a strange landscape. The rocks are all, I'm guessing they're all volcanic.
We have just finished our little walk and exploration of Wedge Island. Now we're going to continue up the mountain to Andrews Point Lookout. I think there's actually 3 or 4 lookouts around this track here. Not sure how many we'll do, but we'll go and see what there is. We can see some turtles. They just pop up really quickly for a breath of fresh air and they go back down again.
We have made it to, I think it's called Twin Waters or Twin Beaches Lookout, and it's pretty epic view. You can see all the way to Wedge Island and then down along Cape Hillsborough Beach, and currently it's windy enough for the blow-kart people, who come here quite often apparently, to be doing some blow-karting on the beach, because it's a very, very flat open beach. As you can see, they are loving it. So this is the second morning we've had with the kangaroos on the beach, and again the sunrise hasn't been a Bobby Dazzler, but it's still nice. There's just a lot of people here today, I think more than yesterday, and we're just waiting for the sun to peek over the clouds. There's a lot of clouds on the horizon once again, but after this we will be packing up our tent and I think heading over to Early Beach. On the road into the tourist park there is a mangrove boardwalk. We've decided to do that on the way out. We're going to finish up our time here at Cape Hillsborough by exploring this little area and finding out a little bit more about all the biodiversity in this region.
So it's really cool in here. There's just this boardwalk built on top of the slushy muddy area down here, then all these mangroves that are thriving in this environment. So the guy said maybe this is where the croc lives. so better keep up on this boardwalk. We just stumbled across a midden. The middens are kind of evidence that there used to be a settlement here of the first peoples, and it's like a large collection of discarded shells from their diet. So it shows that there was plenty of food here for them, and yeah, just evidence that there was Aboriginal settlement here.
That mangrove boardwalk was actually really cool. As we got further out to the different tidal levels, you could see the types of mangrove trees changing. Oh. And now we are moving up into some open woodland, and I'm not sure where we're going next, but it's a very rapidly changing environment. A cool little boardwalk which shows off a lot of different species of plants.
Well, I think we're wrapping up our time here in Hillsborough. Overall, I think it is a really nice place. I think if you come here with just the idea it's just a place to get a photo of the kangaroo, and you don't get that good sunrise and you're a bit disappointed with the crowds, you're going to be a bit bummed out. But if you just come here thinking, oh, let's go and visit this really nice national park, then I think you have a really nice time. And I'm kind of glad that I knew how the kangaroo setup was before I came, because then when I found out there's also some bushwalking here and a beautiful beach, it really improved the experience. So I definitely think it's worth a visit. I think 2 nights is probably maximum unless you just want to chill by the campsite and the beach.
Yeah.
Otherwise, 1 full day is enough to explore this area, and hopefully you get a crack of a sunrise. That was one thing we really wish that we did get, but you can't win them all.
Where are we off to next, Charlotte?
And the next location is not too far up the coast. We're going to spend the next few nights at Airlie Beach, the gateway to the Whitsunday Islands.
Woohoo!